We are on day 4 of fast training week. So remember, there's always a companion guide so that we can make this effortless for you. So just put companion guide in your comments and we'll send you the free link. Okay, are you ready? I probably should have done this video at the beginning of fast training week, but I really wanted to stretch you guys this week and teach you how important the 24-hour fast is. The interesting thing about a 24-hour fast is that there's so much research showing the health benefits that sometimes it's important for us to understand the why before we understand the how. So if you are new to my channel, I just want to say welcome. I am a woman on a mission to get 1 million people fasting, and I am here to teach you everything you need to know about fasting so you will find all your fasting desires, questions, hopefully you'll find here on this channel. And if you can't find it, leave me a comment and I'll do a video on it. And again, those of you that send the video out, thank you so much. Together, we're going to hit this 1 million people. We're going to get 1 million people fasting this year so we can overturn chronic disease. Before I dive into a formula on how to get to a 24-hour fast, so those of you who are struggling to get to 24 hours of fasting, you're going to want to follow this formula. I got to teach you some key principles. And here's the first principle to know. It's a concept called hormetic stress. Hormetic stress is a good stressor. So when you apply hormetic stress, working out, a new workout is hormetic stress. First time you fasted, you had hormetic stress. Cold plunges, a lot of you guys are biohacking with cold plunges, hormetic stress. The pandemic was a hormetic stress in the beginning. It is a stressor that moves you into a place of discomfort. And it is when you move into that place of discomfort that your body will adapt and become stronger. Think about that for a moment. Chronic stress destroys you. And whenever we talk about stress, we tend to think of chronic stress. Short little bursts of stress will make you stronger. So when we look at how do we train you to get to a 24-hour fast, it really starts with us applying the principles of a hormetic stress. And here's where we're going to dive into it. First thing I want you to know is you got to know the why. As we move into fasting, your little monkey mind, and the longer you fast, this really shows up, is that little monkey mind starts to yell at you. Like, oh my God, you've gone 20 hours without food, you're gonna die. Why are you doing this in the first place? Oh my God, you listened to some crazy lady on YouTube and now all of a sudden you're fasting. What does she know? Your little monkey mind is going to kick in. So dive into the research. This is why I bring you the research. Go to all the different videos that say new study on there. I will create a playlist for you guys that are all the ones with the key studies. So binge watch those so you are like laser focused on the why. The why becomes so important the longer you fast. So that's the first thing I want to say. The second thing I want you to do is honestly, before you dive into trying to go longer with your fast, I want you to think about your food. And there are some key food changes that if you make now will make a 24-hour fast effortless. So we've talked about some of these. For starters, trade out your oils. Make sure that you're getting your oils, your good oils, not bad oils, and up your good oils, up your Andreas seed oils, up your ghee. Those things, up your avocados, those are really going to make a difference. So trade out your good oils. Second thing I want you to do is trade out your carbs. So get rid of man-made carbs and lean into nature's carbs. So none of the refined flours, refined sugars, take those out. Lean into potatoes and fruit and things that nature provided for us. So the less man has touched it, the more helpful it will be for you in your fasting experience. Third thing, and this is something that's really new and we're seeing in my academy a lot that I would encourage you to look at, is looking at improving your microbiome. So if you want to go longer, remember that you have good bacteria in your gut that actually will help bring your blood sugar down. When you're fasting, those of you who've been doing standard American diet for a long time, when you're fasting and your blood sugar is not coming down, a lot of times it's the gut bacteria that you need. So start to improve your gut bacteria. You can do this with sauerkraut, you can do it with kimchi, things like that, but you can also feed the good bacteria you have, and you want to feed it something called prebiotic foods. So cool thing about Organifi is they've put balance. This is a little packet. You can put in water, you can put it in yogurt, and it's like food for your microbiome. So you can use something like this. We will put a link in the notes where you can get 20% off on all of Organifi's products. But you want to start to look at feeding those good bacteria. Hemp seeds, chia seeds, these are all good food for your bacteria. So this is key. I don't think we talk about this enough. And these 3 trade outs are pretty profound. So those of you that are trying to fast longer, make sure you haven't missed that step. Okay, last thing I want to say on this before I dive in. Oh, let me back up one step too. Women, don't try to go on these longer fasts the week before your cycle. I really want to emphasize that because that will be more difficult. Okay, last steps on how you approach this. Ready? You have watched the videos. You understand why you are going to fast. You are armed with information. Second thing, you traded out your oils, you traded out your carbs, and you fed your microbiome. Now you're ready to start to open your fasting window. So here's what that looks like. Start by moving your breakfast back an hour. Do that for a week. Now let's go back to this hormetic principle. If you watch this video and tomorrow you move your breakfast back another hour and you're like, well, that's easy. That wasn't hard. It wasn't a hormetic stress. So you're going to need to move the next day, you got to move that breakfast back 2 hours. So I want you to move the breakfast back to the point that you are uncomfortable. When you do that, the body is adapting. Your first hurdle is 13 to 15 hours. If you get to 13 to 15 hours, now it's kind of like if you've ever done rock climbing, it's like getting to one ledge and you're like, okay, let me just sit here for a while. Get to 13 to 15 hours. If that's uncomfortable, awesome, because hormetic stress is kicking in. So stay there, and once it becomes comfortable, it's time to move on. We got to go to the next level. And the next level is 17 hours. So now you're in autophagy fasting. You're stimulating autophagy. Get comfortable there. You're still minding those food rules that I just gave you, and you're pushing your fasting window open more. You're compressing your eating window more. When you can go about 2 weeks in a 17-hour fast, you are now ready to make sure, and that's 2 weeks of doing a 17-hour fast like once or twice a week. If you got that rhythm down, you're now ready for a 24-hour fast. And I would start pushing it back to 24 hours, start with 1 a week. That's a great routine, 24-hour fast once a week. And that will really help. And that first time you do it, it's going to be hard, but we want it to be hard. We want it to be hard because that is where adaptation kicks in. So please know, getting to that tough spot is where you're going to start to thrive. Last thing, my bonus hack. Okay, check this out. MCT oil. Put it in coffee, put it in tea, put it on a tablespoon and drink it. MCT oil is going to help you get over into this ketogenic energy system quicker, and it will help you elongate your fast. So I just want to point out that if you and I were standing together in line at a grocery store and you said, hey, what's your number 1 hack for elongating your fast? I would say MCT oil. Love it. Dave's Bulletproof C8 oil is my favorite. We will put links in the companion guide for you guys so you have it. So that's how you do it. That's it. There's the strategy. Anybody can do it. And you know what? Your body was born to fast. So if you see people who are accomplishing this, they don't have anything else other than you do. We're all living in a human body. So you just got to follow the path, follow the steps, follow what works, and you too can benefit from these incredible studies that we're seeing on fasting. So as always, I hope that helps.